So
Okay.
the question is, I'd like to market my parts department better. Where do I start?
Well, I think when we start talking about marketing our parts department, the first thing is that we're realizing that it's something we can actually market. Like when we think about it, we oftentimes, the parts department is like, yes, it's there. Yes, we want to see growth, but like, how do we go about marketing? It's not even a thought or a conversation that's happening inside of most dealerships' minds. And so the job of a parts manager is to make sure that in the midst of helping grow the parts department, that there is a plan for marketing. But it starts, the first thing you have to do to start marketing your parts department is understand who your customers are. Like that's the first thing you have to do. The thing that I see, whether you're marketing a parts department, a service department, or your sales, or even your rental department, that I see over and over again is that when you market it, whoever's doing the marketing thinks that they are the target customer. That's what like fundamentally I see over and over. They say, you know what? If the person who's marketing it is a Gen Z person who is on all of the social media sites and they're continuing to push it, they say, you know what? The person who's coming in is probably Gen Z on the social media sites. If the person is a older person who
Careful.
an
He
older
was going
person who is sitting here and they go, okay, I'm still reading the newspaper every single day. I still get the yellow pages. They go, that's where I'm going to market it. And so we get off track because we assume the person that we're marketing to is us, not who the customer actually is. And so if you want to market any portion of your dealership, but specifically the parts department, you have to start by understanding who your target customer is. And the easiest way to do this is to get a yellow legal pad. Like I think the yellow legal pad is the greatest neutralizer and probably the most diverse office tool inside of any business. Okay, but they get this yellow legal pad, and on the top of it, I want you to write gender, age, favorite radio station. That's what I want you to know. Gender, age, favorite radio station. The other piece of information that we always like to find out, but maybe a little intrusive, is what's your income range. People aren't typically like super excited to tell you that, or they're going to go over what they're actually making. Yeah. So we need to know gender, age, favorite radio station. And when customers walk in, I want you to simply mark male or female. That's all we're going to do here. Okay, male or female. We're just going to keep it real simple. All right. Then I need you to write down their age range. Are they 18 to 30, 31 to 50, 51 to 70, or 71 and older? Again, this is based on an educated guess. We're gonna be like, well, Bob, you look like you're 95. Is that really how old you are? No, like this is gonna be based on an educated guess. That's good. All right. And then we're gonna ask them what their favorite radio station is. Now, it doesn't have to be a radio station, but it could be any identifying thing of where we could be in front of this customer. We want to know that information because it allows us to get really targeted on who our customer is. We have a dealership we've been working with for years outside of St. Louis, and one of the things that they did is they were sitting here spending all of this money on the local country western station. And the owner of this dealership loved listening to this station. Now, this dealership sold outdoor power equipment, and most of the clients who ended up inside of their dealership were landscapers. Like if you ended up in that dealership and you were not a landscaper, you ended up there on accident. Like you were not supposed to be there. Right. That's who it was. And so they went through this process because they were spending an insane amount of money to put radio ads on the local country western station. So they got out the yellow legal pad and they started doing gender, age, favorite radio station. That's what they did. And they said gender, it ended up being predominantly male clients walking in, customers walking into the dealership. They did age range, and it was in that 18 to 30 age ranges where most of the customers were. And then finally, the favorite radio station was not, in fact, the country western, but the local Latino radio station. Yeah. And on this, the owner said, holy smokes, I've been marketing to myself the whole time, not to my customers. Yeah. So what he did is he called the local Latino radio station and said, what is it that I can do to start marketing my dealership through your radio station? Say, oh, we've got a great offer right now. It's something that we call holler for $1. You cannot make this up, friends. Okay, it's holler for $1. And for $1, you can put an ad on our radio station. We'll play it anytime we decide we want to play it, but it will be on there. He goes, sign me up. And he took half of the money he was spending on the local country western station and moved it. The results he had were insane. They were phenomenal. was pouring rocket fuel on everything else he was doing because he finally understood who his customers were. When you start there with marketing, you're going to see that your marketing actually works.
Right.
But if you don't know who your customers are and you're just marketing to yourself because you need that pep every time you hear your dealership name because you're not sure you're still bought into it, I mean, still market for that. But like, if you're not sure you're still bought into it, that's a whole different conversation. But we need to be marketing to who our customers are, not to where we are and where we're at. So start with the legal pad. Do your gender, the age, and then some identifying factor that allows you to just get the base of who your customers are.
That's great. Yeah. You already own all your own parts. You don't need to buy them.
That's it.
Right.
That's it. No question. No question.